somebody to you today. Her name is Lisa Dunwell. Lisa and I have known of each other many more years than when we've been working together. We had a chat this morning. I said, Lisa, when did we actually start working together? And it was in September of 2021. And she is now part of my team. But Lisa has had a huge self-image transformation over that time. And yeah, so I want you to hear what could be possible for you and also learn a bit more about my team. I love highlighting my team and the people in my team because they have done some extraordinary things. And I want you to know we're just ordinary people. None of us came from like princess or bloodlines of royalty or anything like that. We just came from everyday people, but we decided we wanted to do extraordinary things and change our lives. So I'm going to bring Lisa in. If you can unmute yourself, Lisa, and take yourself off video. This is like being back in the day. Lisa, can you please turn your video off? Now, if I add a pin, here we go. Now I'm just going to make sure that this turns up over here because there's a 20-second delay. I want to make sure that we're both on the screen. No, okay. It is not working. Maybe that will work. Anyway, I think if you start talking, if I maybe take the pins off us both.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, good. Yep. All right. Okay, Lisa, how about first of all, where shall we start here? Tell us what life was like before you started coming to one of my trainings.
Okay, well, it wasn't very nice. I didn't like myself very much at all. I was thinking about it this morning and I realized I had kind of forgotten that there was no photos of me. We had family photos, but I was the photographer and I would get mad and refused to get into photos. I have step grandchildren and they lived away from us. And so we would do Skype calls with them every now and then. And I would talk from off screen. Even with my family, I couldn't get in the picture. And same, even if it was my kids, like there was no FaceTime or any of that. I just didn't have the opinion of myself that allowed me to be able to do anything like that. When around about the time that I started seeing your material, we had moved from, we used to live in Katherine, and my husband and I both grew up there. We'd raised our children there. They were grade 5 and grade 9 when we moved. So we moved to a town that we didn't have a job to go to. It was just some stuff had happened in our family that had made us think that we just needed a complete fresh start somewhere else. And yeah, for some strange reason, my husband picked a town and we kind of just moved there and didn't really know anybody and had to start fresh. And so that was really tough. It was a tough time for my family. We were all at different mental levels with our mental health, facing lots of different challenges. And I didn't know how to help anybody. I didn't know how to help myself. I yelled a lot. It was very chaotic. It was not a nice place to be. I was a very proud pessimist, that if I could think of everything that could go wrong, then I could plan for every different situation. And I felt good being the person that I felt like I had the control. My husband was the optimist in the relationship, and he would be like, it'll be fine. And I'm like, yeah, but what if it isn't? So we need to make sure we know all of the things kind of thing. And that felt like I had some sort of control, but it didn't feel good. And yeah, it basically just felt like I was existing. Every day was the same. I'd been unwell for a very long time. I had no energy. And yeah, it just wasn't a nice place to be.
Yep. And you also had a business in Catherine, and then you kept that business and then opened another one up in Mackay.
Yes, yep, yep. We had two businesses. One, yeah, we were trying to manage two businesses. We one from a distance, with my husband kind of going back and forth every now and then, and working in the business that we had here. So yeah, it was a big juggle, and we're kind of just flying by the seat of our pants, and we didn't have a plan for our businesses. It just was whatever happened at the time happened, and um we didn't have any control over that. We were just responding to what life was giving us at the time.
Yep. So what were you really sick and tired of?
Feeling like shit. um, Feeling exhausted. I felt like I was drowning. I felt like I couldn't get on top of anything. I would wake up in the morning and I didn't really want to face my life. It just wasn't, I was tired of feeling unhappy, and I could see that my kids were unhappy, and I didn't know how to help them. And I I wanted to be happy, but I felt guilty for wanting to be happy when they were unhappy. And yeah, it was just a
Yep.
whole loop.
And you did say that you had been to doctors and
Yeah, yep. I had had a long my yeah, like I said, my daughter was in grade 5 when we moved here, and for most of her life I was unwell. I had migraines, and the doctors called it fibromyalgia, pain for no reason. Basically, there's no explanation as to why you feel like you feel. Chronic fatigue, vertigo, all the things that make life not feel very great. And yeah, I'd been to doctors, and you would get a different opinion from a different doctor depending who they were. Right from there's nothing wrong with you, get on with your life, to yeah, take this medication, not sure if it'll work, but give it a go. It's got pretty shitty side effects, but maybe it'll make a difference, kind of thing. Or to like, yeah, one doctor rang me and said, oh, I think that you might be about to have a stroke. So, don't what have you got planned for the weekend, kind of thing. So like it was just like a roller coaster of yeah, not
Yep.
getting any answers, but always feeling horrible.
yeah. Now I know that you went back through all our messages back to 2020. So I know that you sort of sat there for a year and a half. What were you actually thinking when you came to, like, 'cause I know you did a couple of trainings before you decided.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say the real words that I was thinking, but yeah, it was just coming from the depths that I was in. I couldn't see how anything that I could see in the trainings would work for me. I was like, well, that's all well and good for you people that don't have my problems. So yeah, my problems are this, and none of that is going to work for me, kind of thing. And yeah, it was hard to see in the beginning how it seemed very it seemed too simple. Like, well, just think differently and you'll feel better. And I'm like, well, I'm sure I'm trying to do that every day. Like it's not really working for me, kind of thing. So yeah, it seemed very far-fetched in the beginning. But the longer I stayed in, I just could feel it pulling to me. And yeah, I could see the community that was there, and I could see that it was clearly working for the people that were in it. And I just got to the point that I was like, I am so, so desperate. I will try anything. I feel like I have no other choice than to give this a go. And what could I lose, basically, in the beginning? Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So give us the change. What are you like now?
Well, I'm on screen and I'm talking. When I did first sign up, yeah, that very, very low opinion of myself. I was um, I was mortified. I was horrified that I actually had to get on Zoom calls with a bunch of people and um, cameras and all of that stuff. Actually, at the very beginning, you said, when I signed up, you said, "Oh, text me a photo of yourself so I can share it and celebrate you." And I was like, "Hell no. I don't, one, I don't have a photo of myself. Two, I didn't like, yeah, I can't." I was like, I have to sit here and do this selfie thing that I have never done in my life. And I can't, yeah, it was very, very scary. Um, but obviously now, like, I can jump on a Zoom and share. I'm not going to say it's always easy. There's always work to do on self-image, and sometimes the old stories will kind of start to come in and the chatter and stuff, and but I can hear it and I can recognize what it is and know that um know what to do to change the thoughts or to be able to step over them, kind of thing.
Yep.
um my relationship with my kids is so much calmer. I've been able to navigate those really tough um teenage years of the like that were difficult with us being away, and the things that my kids have faced being here and stuff. One is 20 and one is about to turn 16 now, and I was really proud of the way I was able to handle my oldest daughter going through those years of starting to go out and relationships and drinking and all the things that we were able to just talk honestly about and communicate really well, instead of how I know that it was going to be had I had stayed the same with the way that I was parenting. And yeah, I was really proud of that. Um, I I understand people more, and so that has helped with those relationships. And I understand myself, and so that's helped me with our businesses and stuff. And just being able to see that we don't actually just have to settle for what life gives us. I'm responsible for going out and creating what I want, and that I can choose to enjoy life instead of just exist. It's just, yeah, makes such a difference in all areas.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think was it 3 years ago? So 2023 was when I think I started WildFit, and I'll tell you everybody, this lady that used to come to our Zooms and in thinking into results and hide in the background, and you'd say, "Lacey, do you have a win today?" And she's like, "Oh, nope." Then I'd get a text message like, "I'm sorry, I just couldn't come on today." To then jumping in and doing Wild Fit with me. And I'll tell you, Lisa turned up in the chat. We have a WhatsApp chat in Wild Fit, and Lisa just kept turning up in the chat and helping people. And I thought, oh, this is going to be cool, because my first Wild Fit group, I think, had 22 people or something like that in it. And I thought, I want way more people to be working on their health than this. I think I'm going to need some help. So I I said to Maggie, I said, "Maggie, what do you think?" She's like, "Polly, that's the best idea." And I said, "Okay, right." So I reached out to Lisa. And I said, "Lisa, do you think you could help me put out this program and help me with some of the calls? Because sometimes I'm traveling or something and I can't always be on the calls." What did you feel when I asked you that?
Um, Excited and scared,
Yep.
because something about WildFit, like, it just really spoke to me. It made such a difference to my health and also to my physical health and also to my mental health. And I just really learned a lot about myself and learned to like myself a lot more. And so I just really wanted everyone else to feel that as well. And so I was excited that I would get to help be like to be a part of that. Um, and then also I was like, are you sure that that's the, are you sure I'm the person that you want helping with that? So, and yeah, and then um, having to like do my first call, I was like, oh crap, I don't know if I really want to do this. And all, yeah, that's the situation where all the chatter comes back in and everything, and then yeah, you get on and you do a good job, and then you're like, that was cool. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, great, eh? I have some people say to me that 12 months, Polly, feels like a really long investment. Now, when you signed up, I know it was only a 6-month program that we used to take people through. Now it's like 12 to 15 months, depending if they put in WildFit and Thinking into Results. What would you say about the time frame? Because, we've been working together now for what, 6 years?
Yeah.
So what would you say for the 6 month compared to 12?
Um, I would say it's never long enough, to be honest. You 6 months, 12 months goes so quickly, and the more, the longer you're in it, the deeper you go. So for the shorter amount of time, you've gone through everything. Like there's always, like it's the layers, there's always more to learn. So just coming in, if I had have just come in and done the 6 months or even the 12 months and then left, I've got the tools, yes, but I don't have that support. And the community, I just love the community. It's such a beautiful place to be. It's so inspiring and motivating and empowering that you don't actually want to be out of it. I know that when my time was up, I was like, oh, how do I stay in here? And so yeah, like we had a monthly thing that we were doing for a bit, and then we had some private coaching and stuff, and I just really love the support to be able to keep growing and keep going deeper and deeper, and being able to just, I think that we're human, right? And so the paradigm is strong. So yeah, I think the more repetition that you do of the program, and the deeper you can go, then the more you get to kick out of that paradigm. It's something that I don't want to be without, because I don't want to go back to where I was. And I don't think I would go all the way back, but I definitely can see the difference in me when I am not fully involved.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
So
time goes so quick. Like you don't realize 12 months, when you think 12 months far out, that's far away, but everybody knows how quickly, like we're halfway through April already. Everybody would say how quickly the year has gone.
yeah,
And yeah, you're just moving through the lessons and time is passing, and then yeah, I can guarantee you get to the end and you're like, damn, I don't want that time to be up, and where did that go? So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so we know that it took you about 18 months of rejecting, and then going, okay, rightio. And like,
Just ignoring, hoping that you didn't see that I had read the messages.
yeah, it's all different now. Hey, you can actually see that they've read it. Back then, those days, you couldn't. You're just like, oh, maybe she's just anyway. Um, and I've had people say, God, you're pushy. And I'm like, I'm not pushy. I just know that what I've got can really help you and it can help everybody on this planet. I just want to share it with as many as I can. Um, Now we know that it took you 18 months and like you said, you had to get to a certain point. What would you say to Lisa back then or anybody that's sitting there now going, okay, no, it's just not, my life's not bad enough yet. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say just do it. Like I had to, when I signed up, I was rock bottom. I don't think I could have got much lower. It would not have been a pretty place. Um, and it makes me sad that I had to get to that point to do something about it. To like, yeah, if I don't want everybody else to, I don't want anybody else to have to get to that point before they change, before they make any changes in their lives. Like if I just think now, if I knew this stuff before I had kids, like our life would have been so, so, so different. And I know your life is your life for a reason and it works out how it's meant to and all of that stuff. But I can see, yeah, I can just see the difference that it has made in the time that I have been doing it. And yeah, how much different it would have been before I had kids to have started with with that mindset and stuff, and how I'm passing it on to them, and but having to override what I've already passed on as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, I would just say like, yeah, you don't have to wait for things to be so, so awful. Things can always be better. And you just don't know. It's so hard to sign up when you don't have that pain point as such, like you're not at rock bottom. It's so hard to see how different your life can be because you can't see what it you you know you've got the saying, or Bob's got the saying of the telescope, and looking backwards, you don't know how good your life is going to get beforehand. So yeah, I would say if you have like the tiniest, if you've got the tiniest pull towards it, it's talking to you for a reason, and I would say just jump in.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Is there anything else that you want to add?
um I don't think so. I think that covered it. I'm just so happy to be part of this community, and yeah, I like I just said, I encourage anybody
Yeah.
to jump in.
Yes, I love having you part of my team. I'm sure everybody in Wildfit is going to be saying something in our chat today too if they watch this as well, because you are such an important place in there and also in our I Am Limitless community as well.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me share.
No worries. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh,
Have an amazing day.
you too.
Okay.